A few months ago, I decided to throw my adventure hat on and go out for a mushroom hunt. What we happened to find is a very large bounty of these delicious-looking Amanita Muscarias. Delicious. Amanita Muscaria are a legal psychoactive mushroom, and they grow in nearly all parts of the world. Now, I've never personally tried these mushrooms before, primarily because there's a lot of controversy around them, and a lot of people actually believe they are poisonous. So I decided to make this video to tell you guys all about these fascinating mushrooms, and afterwards, I plan on eating them live on YouTube. That's right, you guys are going to witness my first ever Amanita Muscaria mushroom trip. Anyway, let's get on with explaining what these mushrooms really are. I do have to start this video off with a warning. There are many members of the Amanita mushroom group which are deadly poisonous. Among some are the Amanita Phalloides and the Destroying Angel mushroom group. If you accidentally picked one of these amanitas and ate them, you would quite honestly find yourself dead, which would really suck for you. So I cannot advise anyone go out and just pick random mushrooms to eat. I am a professional idiot, and this is what I do. I do these YouTube videos, and I have correctly, I think, identified these mushrooms. So we're gonna hope that I don't injure myself, but that's not what this video is about. This video is about... Most people know the Amanita Muscaria mushroom, also known as the Fly Agaric mushroom, as the Alice in Wonderland mushrooms, or as I like to say, they are the Super Mario mushrooms. Mind you, the ones I have are orange and the Super Mario ones are red, so that's the only difference, but they do come in various colors. They come from yellow to red. There is a European strain of these mushrooms called the Amanita pantherina. This one comes in usually brown, and many psychonauts believe that it has more psychedelic traits than the American version, which is red or orange. Now, this is very subjective and it isn't proven. Now, even though these mushrooms are, as I said, classified as poisonous, this is actually a misrepresentation. Currently, in literature, there are no cases of any deaths caused as a direct relation of eating these mushrooms. Again, no one has, in the recorded literature, ever died from eating them. There are reports of people dying from eating them, but it just isn't recorded. So you surely could die from eating lots of these mushrooms. They estimate that the amount needed to overdose would be about 15 caps. Now, I don't even think if I was starving I'd be able to eat 15 of these caps, so you'd really have to be trying if you wanted to overdose on them. The psychoactive alkaloids present in the Amanita muscaria are ibotenic acid and muscimol. Ibotenic acid is a prodrug of muscimol, meaning about 10 to 20% of the ibotenic acid converts directly to muscimol upon ingestion. Muscimol is the primary psychoactive ingredient to them. Actually, many people believe that it's the presence of the ibotenic acid that causes a lot of the negative effects, such as the increased salivation, the nausea, the maybe projectile vomiting, and the diarrhea. They believe that is due to the ibotenic acid. There are methods of drying the mushrooms. It is claimed that if you dry the mushrooms with a heat of 160 to 190 degrees, it will convert through decarboxylation most of the ibotenic acid into muscimol, which will in turn lessen the negative effects. Whether this is true or not, that's actually debatable. There are some people who claim that dried or fresh, they still get nauseous and feel nasty on them. A lot of people actually don't advise eating these mushrooms. They say that the mushroom can bring heaven or hell, and you don't know which one you're going to get from trip to trip, and the experience is not very consistent, meaning it's best just to stay away. Well, if you guys have been following me for any point of time, you would know that I've had my share of hell experiences. So I say, bring on the hell. I'm ready for whatever these mushrooms have to deliver, as long as they don't kill me. These mushrooms actually have a long history of shamanic use. In ancient times, the Siberian shaman would eat the mushrooms fresh, and then they would pee, and the tribespeople would drink their urine and all get high. This is because a lot of the ibotenic acid converts to muscimol using the body as a filtration system. So most of it is actually just excreted in the urine, and the urine would contain a high amount of muscimol, meaning the tribespeople would get pretty fucked up. I've actually read a few reports on Arrowhead of people peeing in each other's mouths recently. It's kind of disgusting, but hey, if you're into that, then I'm not gonna judge you. Muscimol acts as a potent agonist for the GABA receptors in the brain. This is very different from traditional psilocybin mushrooms, which are illegal, and that's because psilocybin mushrooms work on the serotonin receptors. Why psilocybin mushrooms are illegal and these mushrooms are pretty much universally legal probably has to do with the fact that a lot of people don't like these mushrooms. And they're classified as poisonous, so why would they make a poisonous mushroom illegal? It's not like people are going out and eating them, and I really hope that me making this video doesn't cause more people to go out and eat them. Because yeah, before you make a split decision and decide, hey, fuck it, I'm gonna go pick some Amanita Muscaria. They even have a terrifying name, Muscaria. They sound like dreadful. Please watch my video where I do eat them before making that decision. Because yeah, I'm probably gonna have a terrible experience. I'm really not looking forward to this. Even though they smell so tasty, I am kind of looking forward to eating them. The primary psychedelic effects of Amanita Muscaria is a drowsy, dreamlike state. In high doses, it can produce a dissociative state. People often report experiencing out-of-body type experiences while on them, similar to when you have a lucid dream and you have an OBE, if you believe that stuff exists. In higher doses, people have actually reported having instances of just complete delirium, similar to datura plant, which causes delirium. I don't think that these would be as intense delirium, but you know what, maybe in high doses they are. In lower doses, they are reported to be quite euphoric and sedating. So they don't seem that bad in low doses. It seems that once you reach a threshold, the experience just takes a 180 and turns up on its head, bringing you straight into hell. Visually speaking, people do report having visuals on these mushrooms, but they are nothing near the intensity of, say, psilocybin mushrooms. The active dose of muscimol is 5 to 15 milligrams for a normal adult. This translates into about 5 to 10 grams of dried Amanita Muscaria mushroom. Now, the area just beneath the skin in the center of the cap is thought to contain the most muscimol in the mushrooms. It is reported that muscimol content is not evenly distributed throughout the mushrooms. These stems are said to contain the least amount. Muscimol content also varies depending on season. From, I believe it's August to September, they are said to have the highest amount of muscimol, and from October to November, the least amount. So the potency of your mushrooms really does depend on when they are picked. Anyway, thank you for watching my video, everybody. When I do film the video of myself eating them, I'm going to take a decent sized dose, and yeah, you guys will just have to wait and see what happens. I'm sure you're all sick of the millions of warnings I put in this video, but I felt just inclined to do that just because I don't want people picking these mushrooms and eating them just because of me. I am crazy, and this is not something that everyone should be doing. So, yeah. And finally, a huge thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. You guys are seriously making these videos happen. It's thanks to your support that I have kept going with this channel for this long. And yeah, thank you guys so much. If you want to get behind what I'm doing on Patreon, then follow the link here. Thank you to all of my subscribers. If you haven't already, please give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe to my channel. Till next time, take care everybody.